Hi, people. I want to take you today to a common sense journey of observations that I've seen over the course of time as it relates to people who battle with this thing called forgiveness. An unforgiving spirit is certainly evidenced in your life. People can see it, they can smell it at 100 meters. I want to tell you a couple of signs. The first sign today of unforgiveness is it's a bad habit. Because unforgiveness of one person can so easily now, because the pattern has been established, and for some reason we find a morbid joy, as it were, in not forgiving. And now all of a sudden we're finding ourselves that we like that in a sense for a short while, but then it turns bitter in our stomach as we ponder what unforgiveness is doing to us. But it can become a terribly bad habit. I know people, many people, who have just gone from one unforgiving relationship to another, to another, to another. It's almost like they've developed this habit of just picking up offenses. And every one of us is going to be offended by somebody, probably every day, maybe multiple times during the day. Somebody's going to get up your nose, and they're going to make you angry, or they're going to cause you to be unforgiving toward them. As soon as you start this habit, it compounds itself incredibly quickly. And after a short period of time, you develop a long list of people who've fallen into your category of the unforgiven for whatever reason. Now, sometimes when we pick up offenses, people don't even mean what they've said. We often realize and need to be pointed out that people don't talk about us nearly as much as we think they do. We think that every time somebody looks at us and maybe has a distant look in their eyes, that they don't like us, or they're planning something against us, or they'll talk to somebody and we can't hear the conversation, and immediately we think, oh, they're talking about us. And all that is a development and the product of a bad habit of not managing forgiveness and doing it well. When you don't manage unforgiveness with forgiveness, then this is going to be the product. And it's a miserable, miserable place to be. You know, the best way to break a bad habit is not to starve it. That's one way, some legitimacy in that. It's not just to seek therapy and try to do all there's merit in those things too. But I believe that the best way to stop a bad habit is to start a new one. And when you use the energy that you were using on the bad habits to really go for it with the new habit, the old habit will die very, very quickly when you find the joy that the new habit can bring. That's why the Bible tells us that specific passage we dealt with the other day that says, pray for those who have misused you. Be kind to those who are unkind to you. Do good to those who have done bad to you. And even if your perception has now become your reality, and I might remind you that sometimes you need to check your perceptions. We perceive people to be talking about us and thinking about us and speaking about us behind our back. We perceive that. But your perception is your perception. And if you don't deal with that perception will become your reality, and unforgiveness is going to flow out of that thing. You're not what people say you are, and you're not what people think or what you think people say you are. We just think it. We see it. We've developed such a bad habit of oversensitivity and walking around picking up offenses. Man, I got to tell you, it's a miserable place to be. It's a horrible place to be. And it is just a bad habit. Start a new habit. Instead of thinking about those things that you think people are saying about you, start to do what that verse says, pray for them. So Lord, I don't understand, but that person, I'm not sure what he's doing or she's doing or saying, but man, I want to pray your blessing upon that person. You know, start to do good for those people. Just start to show kindness toward those people. And watch as you develop this good habit, that the old bad habit just dies. It starves itself. And the beauty is you find a new peace, a new freedom, and a new joy that gets returned to you so that you can continue to live and be a blessing to others. Check out the habits in your life. Maybe this could be one of them. I hope you'll do that, and I know you're going to find it to be true. I just sneaked this thing in. I saw a lady this last week who who just was propounding the forgiveness issue. And I've seen a couple of them recently who've just said, Trevor, this has changed my life. If I could have just have done this earlier, it could have saved me so much pain and so much sleepless nights if I'd just done this earlier. All they had done was break a bad habit. Best way to break a bad one, start a new one, and now you know what that is. Just people, go and do it. Have a good day. Bye.